was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter. And Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Then came the Jews round about him, and said unto him, How long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly. Jesus answered them, I told you, and ye believed not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, that they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one.
We often think of Hanukkah as a Jewish holiday, but did you know that the only place Hanukkah is found in the Bible is in the New Testament, not Old? And the only person who was found celebrating Hanukkah in the Bible is Jesus. We find this in the Gospel of John, actually. Now, it was the Feast of Dedication in Jerusalem, and it was winter. We're told in John 10:22, and the Hebrew word for dedication is Hanukkah. The first Hanukkah came during a very dark time in history of Israel, one in which the light of God's presence among his people was in jeopardy of disappearing entirely. It would take a miracle for the light to continue to shine, and would take a rededication in the hearts of the entire Jewish nation to love and worship God above all. It was when Alexander the Great conquered Syria, Egypt, and Israel that he allowed each area under his control to continue observing their own religions and to enjoy a certain amount of freedom. But a little over 100 years later, a man named Antiochus Epiphanes rose to power, and he oppressed the Jewish people. He outlawed all Jewish religious rites, massacring Jews who refused to bow, and he installed a Hellenistic, Greek-influenced high priest, driven by a passion to assimilate by forcing the Jewish people into his own worldview. Everyone was ordered to worship Zeus as the supreme god. He even stamped his own face on the coins. Jewish people did not know first how to respond. Eventually, a small band of Jews led guerrilla warfare against the Syrian army. Antiochus sent an army, but the Maccabees supernaturally succeeded in driving the foreigners from their land. When they arrived at the Holy Temple, it was devastating and defiled. They cleansed the temple and rededicated it on the 25th day of Kislev on the Jewish calendar, which is in the winter. It has been written in the Talmud as they came to relight the temple menorah, the 7-branch lampstand. They researched for the holy oil to light it, but they were able to only find one small jar of oil bearing the required seal of purity by the high priest. Miraculously, the small jar of oil burned for 8 days, during which the new supply of oil could be made. From then on, Jews around the world have observed a holiday of lighting candles for 8 days in honor of that historic victory. Jesus reveals that Hanukkah is going to happen again. A man who we know as the false Messiah will force the world to assimilate to his worldview and be worshipped. Jesus also said, "Pray that your flight may not be in the winter or on the Sabbath, for then will be great tribulation, such as not been seen since the beginning of the world until this time, no, nor shall ever be." Matthew 24:20 through 21. I know that the world seems very dark right now, but God is raising up a new remnant of passionate and resilient believers who are resisting it. They are igniting a fresh wind and fresh fire within their hearts to worship and surrender their whole lives to the only God who is worthy. I believe He is calling us to rededicate, refine, and reburn our hearts and lives to Him in this season. It was winter when Jesus walked into the temple. The only biblical reference to a well-known winter holiday, the Feast of Dedication, which is commonly known as Hanukkah. Hanukkah, which is also commonly known as the Festival of Lights, is observed by lighting the candles on the menorah. One branch is typically placed above or below the others, and the candle is used to light the other candles. This unique candle is called the shamash, Hebrew, attendant. Each night, one additional candle is lit by the shamash until all 8 candles are lit together on the final night of the festival. Other Hanukkah festivities include singing Hanukkah songs, playing the game of dreidel, and eating oil-based foods. Although it is relatively a minor holiday in strictly religious terms, Hanukkah has attained major cultural significance all over the world, including North America and elsewhere, especially among secular Jews, due to its occurring around the same time as Christmas during the holiday season. In Psalm 30, it has the Song of Dedication of the House and is traditionally recited on Hanukkah, to the 25th of Kislev, which is plus 5 books of Torah, which equals 30, which is the number of the song. Hanukkah is not a Sabbath-like holiday, and there is no obligation to refrain from activities that are forbidden on the Sabbath. People can go to work as usual, but may leave early in order to be home to kindle the lights at nightfall. There is no religious reason for schools to be closed, although in Israel, schools close from the second day for the whole week of Hanukkah. Many families exchange gifts each night, such as books or games, and Hanukkah gelt, which is often given to children. Fried foods such as latkes, potato pancakes, jelly donuts, sofganiyot, are often eaten to celebrate the importance of oil during the celebration of Hanukkah. Some also have a custom of eating dairy products. In the United States, Hanukkah became a more visible festival in the public sphere from a 1970s rabbi when he called for public awareness and observance of the festival and encouraged the lighting of public menorahs. Diane Ashton attributed to the increased visibility and reinvention of the Hanukkah by some of the American Jewish community as a way to adapt to American life and reinventing the festival. 2 blessings are recited during this 8-day festival when lighting the candles. The blessings are said before or after the candles are lit, depending on the tradition. On the first night of Hanukkah, 1 light, candle, or oil is lit on the right side of the menorah. On the following night, a second light is placed to the left of the first but is lit first, and so on, proceeding from placing candles right to left but lighting them from left to right over the 8 nights. I will now recite one of the blessings. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who performed miracles for our ancestors in those days at this time.